love lives here.
And here at Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide, we are working with a theme this year of timeless wisdom, evolutionary vision. And this month's theme, now that we are into December, is the journey of becoming. The journey of becoming. As we've been talking about this whole year, we've been on this upward spiral, this upward journey, this spiral of consciousness, of expanding consciousness and expanding awareness. And so now we come to this month of December, where we have the opportunity to, as we did last month, we had the opportunity to express our gratitude, right? To see things from a higher perspective, to reflect on the year and give thanks for all that has been. And now that we are into this season, this liminal season, this time of change, this time of going within and yet preparing for the new, we begin again. We start to begin again. We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there to January 1st, 2022, but we are approaching that. And so we have the opportunity here to once again prepare for the ongoing journey, the continuing journey, and this journey of becoming. And so today we're going to reflect just a little bit and move forward as we go through the month. And when you prepare for a journey, right, when you're getting ready to go on a trip, right, you have to decide where you're going to go, right? So we do that through visioning. And then you have to decide, okay, so what am I going to take with me and what am I going to leave behind, right? What am I going to carry into the new year? What am I going to carry into this next journey? And what am I going to leave behind? What may have already served me? What has been great? And what do I want to take with me? So we talked about this a little bit in February when we talked about a clean slate. Remember all the way back to February? No? Yeah, maybe. It's kind of a blur, right? Back in February, we talked about a clean slate and how we have this opportunity to start fresh and start new. And then in March, we talked a little bit again about releasing and letting go. Releasing those things that no longer serve us, letting go of those things that no longer serve us, so that we can create a spaciousness to welcome in the high idea, to welcome in the vision, to welcome in Spirit's highest idea of itself, expressing in, through, and as each one of us, and in, through, and as our lives, individually and collectively. And so once again, we find ourselves at this point, this time of year, where we have the opportunity of letting go. Of letting it go, letting it all go. As my sister reminds me frequently, Elsa that stuff, right? Let it go. Only she doesn't always use the word stuff. So you have to have those beloveds in your life, right? That keep you real, right? That just like, all right, here, boom, I'm going to ground you, right? That's Michelle for me, right? So, because, she's known me all of her life. Most of mine, I'm the older sibling, so, so she's the one who can really, keep it more real than anybody else I know for me. And so I love when she does that. Yes, snaps for Michelle, so there you go. All right. So when we think about Elsa, right? We're going to go there today. We're going to talk about Elsa. And I know Jubes is like, yay, Elsa, right? Frozen, right? When we think about that song, Let It Go, right? What's really going on? She's gotten angry, she's gotten upset, she's turned the whole world winter, right? It's all icy and frozen, and now she's just marching up the hill, and she's just like, I am tired of not being able to express who I am. I'm tired of not being myself. I'm just tired of all that, so I'm just going to let it go. And as she lets it go, what happens? She transforms, right? She transforms into this beautiful, not that she wasn't already, but this beautiful ice queen with this beautiful ice castle, and it's all gorgeous, and she steps into her fullest power, into her fullest thing. So what this master teacher, Elsa, is sharing with us, right, is that when we let go of the things that no longer serve us, when we let go of those things, the old ideas, the old belief systems, the limitations that we have placed on ourselves, or the limitations that we have allowed others to place on us, when we let go of those things and let go of them completely and fully and totally, then we are free from those encumbrances, and we are free to really be, to really fully express the fullness and the allness and the wholeness of who we truly are, to fully express and live our greatest life, our highest vision, our highest idea. Didn't know that's what you were watching when you were watching Frozen, did you? Right? That Elsa and Anna were taking you to church, right? And another master teacher that we love says this: train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. Train yourself to let go of everything you fear to lose. And who is this great master teacher? Yoda, right? Jeff's like, yeah. Right? Train yourself to release everything that you fear to lose, or to let go of everything that you fear to lose. Because what happens when we are afraid of losing something? Fear just keeps us stuck in, it just keeps us stuck in the life that is small. It keeps us stuck in our old stuff. It keeps us stuck in our old ways. So we have to let go of that fear, that stuckness, that resistance of losing everything we fear to lose. Because when we fear to lose something, then what are we doing? We're holding on to it for dear life. We are clutching it. We are embracing it. We are trying to protect it like this. And if I'm closed off like this, how am I ever going to receive a hug? How am I ever going to receive anything else? Right? If we're holding on to something so tight, that we're so closed off, that we don't have the ability to open up and release. So Yoda is telling us to just release all of it. Release that fear of losing anything, because you can't lose anything. Because we are always maintained and sustained, divinely supplied. So there is no losing, there's just the letting go. All of the stuff that we have in our lives, everything that we have, we are just custodians of, we are just stewards of, because it is divinely given. It is not really ours. It is in our care, it is in our custody, it is in our stewardship that we get to lovingly use or lovingly have and love it up as much as possible before allowing it to move on, before releasing it. So all those things that maybe have been in our custody, that have been in our care, that have been in our stewardship, that are no longer ours to do, that are no longer ours to hold, that are no longer serving our highest good, we have the opportunity then to release them, to let them go. We're not losing them. We're just allowing them to move on to their greater expression as well. Whether it be friends or family or things or jobs or anything, it's just a matter of simply allowing that to be. And when we allow those things to go, what happens? We open to a greater possibility. We stand with open arms. We say, yes, I'm here. I'm here and available to receive the even greater good than what already is or what already has been. So as we are moving into this season, this holiday season, wouldn't it be great to let go of the life we had planned so as to have the life that's waiting for us, as Joseph Campbell says? Wouldn't it be great to let go of those things that have been holding us back so far this year, that maybe we've been, still dragging a little bag behind us or a backpack? Wouldn't it be great just to let that go so that we can enter into the joy of this season fully and completely? Thank you, Dinah. right? It'd be great to let that stuff go, yeah? All right. So we're going to do that this morning. So good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Anita. Good morning, Patty. So we're going to do that this morning. So as you came in this morning, you received that little piece of paper. And in your seat back pocket, yes, I used to be a flight attendant. So in your seat back pocket, you'll find a pen. So grab a pen and let's get ready here I'll invite you into the silence. And for those of you, for our online community, I want to address you as everybody here in the room is getting their pens and paper out. I invite you at home or wherever you're watching in the world, I invite you to just grab a piece of paper and a pen as well. And you can participate in this process with us there at home, and then we'll also have a way of you participating here in the sanctuary with us too. So, all right, so everybody have their pen, their paper? I know you have your paper. You have your pen? All right, so let's just turn within for a moment. And breathing in. I invite you to be gentle with yourself as you allow anything that is no longer serving you, anything that you no longer wish to carry into this holiday season, anything you don't wish to carry into 2022, just to surface in your consciousness right now. Anything you don't want to carry into the holiday season or carry with you into 2022, just allow that to surface in your consciousness. Gently, lovingly. And I invite you now to take a moment just to begin jotting it down on the piece of paper that you have, that thin little piece of paper that you have. Doesn't have to be big or huge. Be something small. All right. So here we have this beautiful bowl of water in front of me here. Michelle's zooming out maybe so we can catch that. We have this beautiful bowl of water. From a metaphysical perspective, water is consciousness. We speak our word upon the water. We speak our word into consciousness. We speak our word, and then the word is made manifest. And yet, water is also cleansing. Water is purifying. Water is nourishing. Water transmutes. It changes. It goes from water to ice or water to steam, forms the clouds and falls in the rain, becomes the rivers, becomes the oceans, and it's a cycle of life. It's a cycling, it's a recycling. And so it takes what is given and gives new life. It is representative of the one life that is all life, because without water, we would not exist. Life on the planet would not be. Water is absolutely necessary for us. And what is absolutely necessary for us also is spirit, is the divine. It is the divine life. So this water today is representing the divine. And so what I invite you to do here in the sanctuary is I invite you to please begin to form a line in the center of the room here. And what I'm going to invite you to do is bring your piece of paper with you, and you're going to place it in the water, and you're going to watch it dissolve in just a moment, Dinah. So thank you. Yes, you're forming a line. Dinah's getting us started with forming a line. I appreciate that. For those beloveds here at home, or watching us online elsewhere in the world, what I invite you to do, my beloveds, is I invite you to take that piece of paper, and once the song begins, Jubel is going to sing the altar of love. And what we're going to do, my beloveds, is we're going to lay it down. We're going to lay the burdens down. We're going to lay the limitations down on the altar of love by placing this in the water. For those beloveds at home or online, I invite you to shred your piece of paper, either put it through a shredder or to rip it up, tear it up, or if you have a fireplace or someplace safe where you can burn it, to go ahead and burn it at home. So let's all take a nice deep collective breath and release it. And let us begin.
Lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. I was walking through the season of dark and lonely change, where the world was on my shoulders and my faith was rearranged. I knew I'd never be given more than I could bear. Oh, lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. So every single moment I am left with the choice to stay in separation or listen to this voice that beckons me to open and be grateful for every day. It simply reminds me there can be another way. Lay it down, set it free, let my heart rest and let it be. Lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love. let it be, lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love, lay it down, set it free,
everything that you are releasing,
let my heart rest, and let it be, lay it down, set it free, lay it down on the altar of love, lay it down on the altar of love, lay it down on the altar of love. Lay it down. Oh, lay it down.
And so surrender has two sides. Surrendering means to let something go, to release that which no longer serves. But surrendering also is about surrendering to our greatest good, our highest good. It's surrendering into the divine. Remember, when we talk about surrendering here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we are not surrendering into chaos. We're surrendering into divine order, because what we have done is we have built our faith. We have established our faith. And so we recognize that there is a divine order. There is a divine law. There is the will and divine law that is spiritual law. And it always works. It always is. It maintains and sustains us always and in all ways. And so therefore, when we surrender into divine order. We surrender into beauty. We surrender into grace. And in so doing, like Elsa, we rise and we experience new life. We experience new joys. We experience new opportunities, new possibilities. And that is what we celebrate this year. That's what we celebrate this season of joy, the season of hope. Hope. Sometimes in our circles here at Centers for Spiritual Living, hope is like, oh, hope's not as good as faith, right? It's not a either or, it's a both and, because really hope is really that feeling of joyous expectancy, joyful expectancy that makes everything possible. It is that palpable feeling. That's what hope is. It's that palpable feeling of joyous expectancy, expecting our good, knowing that it is right there, knowing it is closer than hands and feet, knowing it is closer than the very breath that we breathe, that it is right there. It is never withheld from us. And that, my beloveds, is faith too, because then it is that sureness. We have that joyful expectancy of infinite possibility. And yet there is also that faith that says, you know what? Yes, yes, yes. So there is this hope of joyful expectancy and wondrousness of this time of year. And yet it is backed by and supported by and uplifted by our faith. Not our faith in God, but our faith of God. Not of our faith in spirit, but of our faith of spirit. It is a knowing that we know that we know that we know. It is absolutely certain. It is absolutely sure. So, my beloveds, as we begin to move through this holiday season, I hope that we will move through it together with joy, with hope, with love, and with faith. Let your light shine brightly. Let your heart be glad. Let your heart be bright. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so it is. And so I invite our practitioners to please stand and surround the sanctuary, and our core council members to please join them as well. These beloveds are in service to this beloved community, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, on a daily basis. They are lifting you in consciousness. If you need prayer, I do invite you to the prayer room immediately following service to receive prayer. You may also send us an email, your prayer request, at prayer@riversidecsl.org if you'd like to do that. So let's just come together now. Recognizing here and now that there just is the one power, the one presence, the one infinite, eternal, the one that is love, that is joy, that is peace, that is harmony, that is creator and creation, that is the all and all, forever giving of itself, the infinite source, the infinite supply, the infinite oneness, Spirit, the divine, God. I recognize that it being all that there is, that there could be no thing, no one, no thing outside of this one. That all of life, all of creation, everything is made of and sourced from and supplied with this divine substance, this infinite eternal beingness that is living, moving, breathing, and having its being in, through, and as its creation, in, through, and as all of life, in, through, and as everything and everyone. Therefore, I know and I recognize that I am one with this one. I am that I am that I am becoming. I recognize that I am inseparable from this one life, inseparable from it, and I live, move, breathe, and have my being in it. And as I know that this is true of me, I know that this is true of everyone present here this day, of all of life, of all of creation. Each one with the one, each one inseparable from the one, each one a divine light, a divine spark, a divine emanation and impartation of this one life. And so I speak my word here and now for this beloved community, Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, as we move together in this time, this season of joy, this season of hope, this season of light, as we move forward together in this, that we lay down those things that no longer serve us. We allow them to return back into the nothingness from which they came, to be transmuted, because there is no loss of energy, to be transmuted and uplifted and transformed to a higher state of consciousness, to a higher state of being. We give thanks for them. We give thanks for their usefulness in our lives. We give thanks for their purpose in our lives, and we simply allow them to fall away, to return lovingly and graciously, as we have done already with the water of transmutation. And we step forward into a greater sense of being, into a greater knowingness, into a greater possibility for our lives individually, and our life as a center, and our life as a community, and the world beyond. We step forward in joy and hope, in confidence, in joyful expectancy, grounded in faith. Grounded in the faith that we know that Spirit leads, that we are guided by an evolutionary vision, and we are grounded in timeless wisdom. And we look forward to a new year of living in everyday wonder, of living new possibilities. And we do so with joyful expectancy and with gratitude and with wondrous celebration as we move through this time of year. And so I give thanks for all of it. I give thanks for life. I give thanks for each individualized expression of life, for each beloved here this day. And I release this word into the law, into the waters of consciousness, knowing that it is already made manifest, knowing that it is already true, it is already done. I simply allow it to be. And together we affirm, and so it is.
love.